Time is one of those things we think we understand until we really stop and reflect on what it's doing. It's in every breath, every blink, every heartbeat. It's even moving right now as I'm speaking. Faster than we can process, yet we rarely ask us where it's taking us. That's because time is blind. It has no eyes, no feeling, no preference. Time is blind. And that's why I feel like it must be directed. Because if you don't give time an assignment, it will still move, but without purpose. It'll flow, just not towards your vision, you know, but simply away from your present, from the thing you're looking for. And before you know it, you're looking back, wondering where it all went. You know, I feel like as if we often treat time like it owes us something, as if it should wait until we're ready. We place time on like a leash and say, hey, wait here. I'm going to go fool around for a second. Just wait here till I come back. No. As if it should slow down when we're overwhelmed, or in pause when life gets heavy. Time doesn't bend to our emotions. It doesn't ask if we're okay. It doesn't let us catch up. Time keeps going steadily, silently, sometimes even violently, and without apology as well. I think that's where the danger lies, because something so constant, something so present, something so sometimes comforting, you feel like it should care, but it doesn't. It's not his job to care. It's our job to care about how we use it. And I feel like sometimes that's how we downplay ourselves. That's how we get away from what it is, because we think it will cater to who we are and what we are. But time doesn't hold any bias. Time doesn't hold any prejudice. Time doesn't hold any history about who you are. Time is going to continue to be blind, and time is going to be something that is going to be constant till its very end. And even if it doesn't, you know, sometimes we try to let time, or we try to morph time into something that we can't control, and I feel like that's when we lose it. There's a subtle yet dangerous lie that many of us fall into, the belief that time is on our side because we're breathing. That as long as we're here, change is inevitable. Growth is inevitable. Destiny will just show up at our doorstep when the time is right. And that's not how it works, unfortunately. I wish that's how it worked. Shoot. Trust me. I wish, but that's not how it works. Time doesn't move in favor of potential. It moves in favor of action. Dreams do not manifest because time has passed. They manifest because you got up and did something with that time. In other words, time doesn't reward good intentions. Time doesn't reward good people. It rewards direction. And direction requires vision, unfortunately. Not fortunately, actually. It requires the courage to say, this is where I want to go. And the consistency to walk in that direction when everything around you tells you to stop. Without vision, time becomes a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. You're exhausted by the end of the day, but nothing has changed. No process, no breakthrough, no aha moments, just motion without meaning. You're just walking and walking and walking and walking in circles. And time is a tool. Most of us treat it like a thief. We talk about it as if it's always taking something from us. I don't have enough time. Time's moving too fast. Oh, I wasted so much time. Oh, time is running away from me. But time didn't steal anything. You just didn't give it clear orders. You didn't tell it where to take you. You didn't tell it, okay, this is what I'm doing with you right now. And time, being blind, wandered aimlessly with your life in its hands. That's not theft. That's neglect. That's not theft. That's you being careless with your orders. That's, I feel like this is where accountability comes in sometimes. It's easy to blame time or blame circumstances or even blame other people, but at some point we're going to have to take ownership of where we are and ask if our relationship with time has been passive or intentional. Are we directing where we're going? Are we drifting through them? Are we telling our hours what to build? Excuse me. Or are we letting them collapse under the weight of distractions and indecision? We don't like asking those questions because when we do, we take accountability. We take responsibility for what we're doing. It forces us to confront how much we actually have, confront how much control we actually have. It's easier to pretend that we're stuck, to believe we're waiting for the right moment, to believe that, we're waiting on God. But the right moment doesn't just exist. It's created, it's chosen. And it's chosen in the now. It's chosen when you want to choose it. That's what makes the present moment so powerful to me. Because the present moment is the only place where decisions live. Not in the future, not in the past. The present is the only space where we can actually reach out and grab the wheel. Steer ourselves somewhere new. And that means the present moment must be respected, not just filled. We don't just exist in time, we must engage with it. When you realize that time is blind, you begin to treat it differently. You start speaking to it with clarity. You don't just kill time or pass time, you assign time. You give your mornings purpose, your afternoons, you amp up your afternoons. You give your evenings reflection. You build discipline, not because time demands it, because growth demands it. And you refuse time. And you refuse to let it leave you behind. Transformation begins in those very moments, not in the big moments, but in the quiet, seemingly forgettable ones. I think I've spoken about this. The 5 minutes you could have scrolled, but you chose to pray instead. The late night you could have used. The late night you wasted it, but you chose to write. The early morning you wrestled with purpose, even though your mind begged for sleep. Those small, intentional moments is how we give time. Instructions is how we give time sight. We point to our future and tell it, go there. We don't let it just walk away from us. Redirect it to where we want it. And time being blind, it'll listen to you. Time being blind, it'll submit to what you want it to do. And the beauty of that is once you begin to direct time, once you start to point it to where it needs to go, it starts to multiply in value. We get clearer, your mind quiets. You stop chasing everything. You start chasing the right things. You begin to live on purpose instead of by accident. You begin to build momentum. You start walking in rhythm with God instead of wandering in circles, those circles that Satan wants you in. Because that's the final piece. That's the final piece. If time is blind and we're the ones given the vision, then it matters what vision we're using. If direction is selfish, short-sighted, or rooted in fear, we can lead time to destruction. But when our direction is God-centered, when our movements are rooted in calling and love and growth, time becomes a servant of purpose. I just spoke about giving your the fuel for your vehicle. It becomes a vehicle. I can't even talk. It becomes a vehicle for destiny. So time doesn't know any of us. Time doesn't care if you fulfill your purpose or you waste your years. But you know you. You care. And that's why the responsibility is ours. You're not powerless in the face of time. You're the director. You're the captain. El Capitan. You're the builder. And every second is waiting on your instruction. Everything is waiting on you. It's only when we take our first step and we build with that, that's when time will listen to us. So instruct yourself wisely. If you enjoyed this video, I really do appreciate you. Really do appreciate you. I love each and every one of you all. I'll be posting again tomorrow. Late upload. I've been really busy. I'm moving actually, so that's what's been going on with me. But yeah, love you all. God bless you.